Hello, my name is Karim Khalil, and here's the Virtual Logistics Strategic Plan. So first of all, we'll start off with excuse me, with the stakeholder engagement. So the objective of the stakeholder engagement is to develop a comprehensive plan to engage and align the stakeholders together to implement the project very successfully. And there are three key steps to this: the stakeholder analysis, the stakeholder identification, and lastly, the stakeholder mapping. First of all, we identify the internal stakeholders, which are the CEO and the executive leadership team, the sales management team, and the sales staff, IT department, and the operation and logistics team. Each each group has different roles, with the CEO and the executive leadership team making the key decisions. And the sales management team are critical for the restructuring efforts, and the sales staff are the frontline employees that are directly impacted by the changes. The operations and the logistics teams are affected by the changes in the commercial process. So next, we identify the external stakeholders. So the external stakeholders are the current customers and the potential customers. The current customers, basically, we use them to guide the commercial strategy because that's the information we get from the feedback from the current customers. The potential customers are what provide insights into growth opportunities. So we use growth opportunities to reach these potential customers. Next are the suppliers and partners, which are just very important for our operations to move smoothly and easily. And lastly are the regulatory bodies, which make sure just the company and business are in compliance with industry regulations and the laws in place. Next, uh, we go to the stakeholder identification and mapping. So the identification is we group the stakeholders by their influence and their interest, and the mapping is basically we visualize it into a square of stakeholder positions in order to help with the engagement strategies. For example, the high power, high interest, or the CNO and sales management, to which you need to they need to be up to date and have all the news, everything new. And on the opposite of that are the lower power, high interest, which are customers. So moving on is the data gathering strategy. So first of all, start with initial consultations where we interview the key internal stakeholders like the CEO, the managers, stuff like that. And then the surveys and questionnaires, which gather the quantitative and qualitative data, maybe from lower level employees and the customers. Then the data analysis, which is we review the sales data, the customer feedback, and the market trends in order to get valuable data. And the competitive analysis, where we evaluate the competitors of Zitro Logistics, and we compare them and contrast where we need to improve, where we're already strong. And lastly, the focus groups, which deepen our insights through discussions with our key stakeholders. So next is the interaction plan. Uh, First, we start off with the kickoff meeting. We align the goals, the roles, the responsibilities of each parts of the organization, whether it be from the top, the CEO, the executives, the middle level, the managers, or uh, the bottom level, which are the entry employees. And next are the workshops and focus groups, which each part collaborate on the strategy development and how they will implement it in the future. Next is the process mapping, which we identify gaps in our company and we streamline the process to make everything move fast and smooth. And lastly is the CRM planning, where we assess technical requirements for the CRM implementation. Next, we move on to the proposal development overview. So the objective of this is to offer flexible and effective solutions to address the challenges of digital logistics. So the key areas that we will try to improve are rebuilding the sales management, redefining the commercial strategy, establishing commercial processes, and the CRM implementation. So alternative solutions for redefining the commercial strategy. First, one of the first two solutions is a customer-focused approach, which emphasizes the key accounts, which are the very important stakeholders. Next is we explore new market segments for growth. So that's basically just we search for areas that we have not tapped into yet, and we see gather data how we can enter it quickly. Next is the establishing commercial processes. First, we can standardize our sales processes with the key performance indicators. This will be, of course, based on different goals and how long it will take us to achieve, if we achieve, and so on. And another solution is implementing an agile approach for continuous improvement. The alternative solutions for the CRM implementation is basically selecting and implementing a tailored CRM solution for the changes that we will make for digital logistics. And the other solution is we use a phased approach for gradual implementation rather than changing everything initially to start off. You gradually implement new changes that will help people get used to them uh, at time by time by time, rather than getting everything at one point, which might be a bit of a burden. And monitoring the continuous improvement is we could develop a framework for ongoing monitoring, and you could establish a feedback loop for continuous improvement. Basically, this feedback loop comes from the customers, which is continuous, and you can consistently get feedback from where to improve and where you're doing well. Thank you very much.